Okay guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Now in today's video, I'm going to be going over why most guys get stuck after a cut or a fat loss phase and how to finally break through and get down to that 12% that we all want. Because most guys can get lean once, but staying lean is where 90% of men fail. I'm sure you can relate. You diet hard, you lose fat, you feel good for a few weeks, and then boom, you just rebound, okay? The abs fade, the cuts go, energy crashes, and then suddenly you're right back where you started, except you don't want to train anymore. You've kind of lost your confidence and you're just over it. Big problemo. Now, over the last 5 years, I've helped over 700 men, as you can see on the screen, avoid this trap. And I'm going to dive into this topic today, and hopefully you'll learn a thing or two. Why do most guys rebound? So let's be honest, right? The fitness industry as a whole, it sells the dream, it sells the cut. It doesn't sell the maintenance plan, the reverse diet plan, and what you have to do after the cut. It kind of sells you the dream. They teach you how to lose fat fast. All these crazy plans are out there, but not how to keep it off. Because when you diet hard and you crash your calories, and you're doing double cardio, 6 sessions a week or whatever, your body will start to fight back, and a few things can start to happen and go wrong. Number one, your metabolism will slow down. The massive slash of calories leads to metabolic adaptation, where you then can't eat as much food as before. This is a huge problem because you go from eating a lot of food, having a good lot of body fat, to slashing your calories, massively increasing your output, creating a huge deficit, which is great for a few weeks because your appetite's not too high, you're losing fat every single week, life is great. And then suddenly you run into a brick wall and your body will start to plateau, and you're already in so deep. Where do you go? Do you go from training 6 days a week to 8 times a week? Do you take your 1,000 calorie deficit to 1,500 calories? No, you're in the bin and you're pretty fucked basically. And what happens is your metabolism catches up, adapts, stalls, you fall off plan because no one can stick to it. Food comes back up here, output comes down here, body fat comes straight back onto the body, probably more than you had before, and it's devastating, okay? Now, the next thing that happens is your NEAT will slow down without you even realizing. NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, fancy word for just movement, yeah? You have exercise activity when you train, you have cardio, then we have something called NEAT, which is basically me. Like right now, I'm burning calories as I talk to you because I am moving. But when you're in those heavy fat loss phases, which I see a lot of men do when they're so desperate to get in shape for summer, you literally end up talking like this, and like your body just won't move. Like even just getting up to have a coffee, like it's a lot of effort just to get to the kettle over there. And people end up knackered and they don't move as much. The body tries to kind of find balance. It's like I've got this huge output deficit, no food coming in. I'm knackered, I need to slow things down. I'm losing weight too quickly. Big problem, okay? Too many men, what they'll try to do is they go so hard, so quick. I want to get in shape. They don't give themselves enough time. I've got 6 weeks to do it. I'm not eating carbs because carbs make me fat. I'm going to smash the gym in the morning. Then I'm going to do a class in the evening. I'm going to go to a run club on a Sunday. No, you're not going to be able to stick at it, my man. You're going to crash and burn, and you're going to end up fatter than before. Another issue we run into is eventually you'll have a huge hunger spike. You have a change in hormones. You have something called leptin and ghrelin, these two hunger hormones. You suddenly feel extremely hungry because your body can't handle the deficit, and you suddenly never feel full. So you go from feeling good to suddenly you're starving all the time. You eat loads of food and you do not feel full. This leads to a massive amount of food being consumed, binging. What comes with that is a little bit of not depression, but what comes with that is, guilt and sadness. And then next thing you know, you're running a 24-hour fast the next day because you did 5,000 calories on Monday. So if you do a 24-hour fast on Tuesday, you're back at square one. And my man, you just got an eating disorder and you've blown it. It's over. Another thing we'll run into is a drop in testosterone and an increase in cortisol, the stress hormone. As men, when you massively slash calories, you will see a drop in testosterone, drop in sex drive, a drop in muscle. You literally become less of a man, and it's a huge issue, okay? We can't have this, guys. And then we have a lot of stress. When you're starving yourself, it tends to come with a lack of sleep as well. So the moment you finish your cut and you kind of want to go back to normal, which you should be able to, you should finish a fat loss phase and be able to go back to normal. Normal being a maintenance plan, so your body will store fat very quickly. When you're two hunger hormones are out of whack, ghrelin and leptin, that signal the brain to eat and signal the brain to be full. What you'll find, guys, is as you start to eat loads of food, you'll put on body fat at a very fast rate, way quicker than leptin and ghrelin kind of catch up. So you still stay hungry and you end up going past your kind of set point before. So if you diet from 80 kilos down to 70 kilos, then you start binging, you'll end up at 84, 85. And then leptin and ghrelin calm down when you end up heavier than before. How many times, how many people do we know that lose loads of weight and then put it all back on again and end up even heavier than before? Got to think, guys, when you massively cut calories because you're in a rush to try and get lean, your body's goal isn't to look aesthetic and look vascular and great on the beach. It's to survive. It doesn't want to get super, super lean. It doesn't think you're cutting for abs. It thinks there's no food there. And there will be it's called metabolic adaptation. Things will start to slow down. You do not want to be put in that position. We want to be slow and steady, as conservative as possible. And that's what I want to talk about today. The whole point of this video is why men get stuck after a fat loss phase. As I've said, they diet too hard. They put their output too high. They don't give themselves enough time. And then they just stop and they fall off track. You need to do your fat loss phase. Now, guys, there is a time and a place for an aggressive fat loss phase. If you only have 6 weeks to pull it in and you want to be more aggressive, that's fine. If you train properly, your protein stays high, but there has to be a maintenance phase after the fat loss phase. This is the issue with getting lean for summer, yeah? Is you diet down 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks for summer, and then you go and blow it for 6 weeks. What do you think is going to happen? All of the things I've just spoken about happen. Your calories go super high, alcohol, no output, no training, and you gain so much body fat. And then if you're in the UK or in Europe, by September time, you're fatter than you were in May when you started the fat loss plan anyway. And then your confidence is shot to bits, okay? After any fat loss phase, whether it's a 16-week slow fat loss phase done to perfection, whether it's a super aggressive 8-week one, you have to take your calories to maintenance. That is your body's kind of middle ground. And remember, your maintenance at the end of a fat loss phase is not the same as your maintenance at the start of a fat loss phase, because there will be some metabolic adaptation. If you're 15 kilos lighter, your maintenance phase at the end of your fat loss phase is not the same as your starting phase, okay? So you have to work that out, and it might have a bit of trial and error, and from there move into a reverse diet where you slowly increase calories over time to enable yourself to stay nice and lean, increase your metabolism again, and build and maintain muscle as you go. So we get into our maintenance phase. This is where people go wrong. They get to a decent level and then they blow it, okay? But if you get to a decent level, put yourself, so a decent level of body fat, take yourself into a maintenance phase, then do a slow reverse, maybe adding 100 calories every 2 weeks from carbohydrates and fats. You will stay lean whilst increasing calories over time. And what will happen is you might go from 80 kilos to 70 kilos or 90 kilos to 70 kilos, whatever it was, and you finish on 1,800 calories. If you reverse diet properly, you can get back up to 2,600 calories, but still at 70 kilos. This is a win. Then you can go into summer, and then you're not going to rebound because you nailed your reverse diet. And guys, if you need help with this stuff, I've literally built a whole career in it. I sit down with you on a proper onboarding call, and I will map out a full 12-week, 24-week training plan for you. Nutrition, steps, cardio, the lifts, the weight, everything in my premium coaching plan. It's literally all I do. It's the reason why I make these videos. The link is in the bio if you're interested. If not, it's cool. I appreciate you watching this video, and I hope you can learn a thing or two as well. Remember, guys, diets have start points and end points, which is a big problemo. Because we start the diet, motivated, locked in, going to get shredded, loads of birds, yeah, on holiday. Finish the fat loss plan, knackered, burnt out, time to go on holiday, going to get extremely fat very quickly. We don't want to, we want to move away from dieting and move towards kind of lifestyle, eating healthy, okay? Even after our fat loss phase is done and we've got this physique that we've worked so hard for, by just having a little bit of discipline for 4 more weeks, keeping protein high, training hard and heavy, staying active, doing your cardio, you will literally add 400 to 800 calories to your deficit and stay at the same body fat as you were at your deficit. That person is not going to rebound like the person who just went on a holiday for 6 weeks after slashing his calories into the floor. The best reverse diets are people that, you have to run them for multiple weeks. In my coaching plan, guys, I have a 12-week phase for most people. I like to run a 4 to 8 week reverse diet after the fat loss phase. Fat loss phase might take 12 weeks, might take 20 weeks, depending on your starting point. But one thing we need to move away, we need a mindset shift from dieting to lifestyle, okay? Yes, you can be more lenient with your food. Yes, you can eyeball calories. Yes, you don't have to track everything on MyFitnessPal or my app, by the way, which I have if you care. But we do need to roughly know our numbers, because if you diet yourself down to, let's say, 12 to 15% body fat and you feel like you're burnt out or you run out of time and you can't get to that next level, or maybe you dieted down to 15 to 18% body fat, but you weren't able to get to that kind of nice lean, that 12% or 10% look where you're lean all the time, like I am, what you can do is, by taking yourself through a reverse diet, increasing calories over time, you build your metabolism back up, you stay nice and lean, you drive calories up. As those calories come up, your lifts will increase, your energy will increase, you'll start to build muscle without putting on body fat. And then if you run that for 4 to 8 weeks or so, suddenly great metabolism, holding a lean physique, 15, 17% decently lean physique on 700-800 calories more than before, you're ready to go into your second fat loss phase, where you'll be able to break through the barrier you were stuck at last time and go from that 15, 17% down to that 10 to 12%, which is the look that we all want, okay? We all want to not only get to that 12% body fat, we want to live there, we want to stay there, okay? There's no point getting lean for 2 weeks. The whole point of your fat loss phase is you strip a load of fat off, you maintenance phase, reverse diet, get yourself into a good position, and then get yourself back again so you can then maintain it. And then you get to a position that I'm in, where I'm in a maintenance phase at 10 to 12% body fat, and I can stay there because I've built good habits and I just know what to do. This is my goal with you. This is why I make these videos. This is why I've coached over 700 men and over hundreds of women as well. This channel used to be 95% men. There's now 11% women. So let's go. I literally only make videos for men, but we've got some women on here as well. But guys, the facts stay the same, whether you're 30 years old, 60 years old, male or female. When you massively slash calories and take yourself into a fat loss phase, you have to go into a maintenance phase or a reverse diet phase by increasing your calories over time. It sets you up to build more muscle. It restores hormone health and gets you back in the game. It helps with leptin and ghrelin, like I said. It helps you maintain a lean physique with higher calories, where you can then go into the bulk, then maintain the nice lean look at high calories, or take yourself into the fat loss phase and then get even leaner than last time. It's very straightforward when you know what to do, but you need a plan and you need some guidance, a lot of you guys. And that's why I make these videos. So all of my coaching links are below. Guys, you don't have to buy them if you don't want to. The fact that you watch these videos is good enough for me. I'll see you in the next one.